President Trump signing an executive order that aims to strengthen work requirements for those who get welfare. It's all in an effort to reduce dependency on public assistance programs and get people back to work. But not everybody is happy about it. Here with a conversation this morning, we've got Republican strategist Kimberly Klacik and Democratic strategist Susan Johnson Cook. Good morning to both of you. Susan, let's start with you. You don't think this is something that we should be doing?
No, the reality is what he signed is not just to reduce, but it's actually to eliminate. It's attacking poverty and the immigrants. And so the not so fine print is that he's asked every agency to report those who are not documented. So you're literally taking food out of the hands of children because they're out of the mouths of children. Their parents may not be documented, but they are citizens. And so if you totally eliminate that household, you know, what happens to the children. So people who are poor and people who are dependent on assistance are not there because they want to be there. Everybody would want to have the American dream, but that's not the reality right now. Sure.
And Kimberly, I'm sure you would agree, if people are down on their luck and have nothing to eat, they should certainly get assistance. But you like the idea that there are finally some standards on who would qualify.
Yes. Bill Clinton once said welfare should be a second chance, not a way of life. Right now, we're seeing record low unemployment numbers with record high welfare dependency numbers. President Trump recognizes that we have to change policy to reflect with the times. We're out of the recession. President Obama put waivers in place that has able-bodied Americans able to sit home and not go to work. Sure. In the 90s, the welfare program to work was successful. 60% of unwed mothers went to work, and child poverty declined to its lowest levels ever.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad she mentioned Clinton because it was welfare reform in '96. He signed the Reconciliation Act, and so was welfare reform. But what we're talking about here is agencies have to report actually immigrants who are receiving aid. And what it is a subversive way of eliminating immigrants. So the wall is keeping people out, and this is a way to get people out.
What about the suggestion that would allow some states to require mandatory drug testing for some food stamp recipients, Kimberly?
I don't think that's a bad idea. I think also asking people to work, train, or volunteer for 20 hours a week is also not a bad idea. I wouldn't be running for office or sitting in this chair today if I didn't volunteer on Capitol Hill and find an occupation that I love to do. This is not punishment in any way.
Susan, we'll give you the final word.
This is not a reality show. This is reality. And there are human beings who are not in their situations because they want to be. You have to have so many socioeconomic factors. And I think we have to look at the total picture, not eliminate people, but how to build them up.
Yeah, but if somebody can't pass a drug test, for whatever reason, I'm sure there would be another standard other than, okay, they failed a drug test. You don't think that they should get government money if they have a drug problem?
That's not necessarily
because that could fuel the drug problem.
That's not necessarily what the executive order is signing. What was signed was that agency executives must report those who are illegally receiving monies, and so undocumented immigrants are part of that. Part of that population. So a household that's not equally yoked loses all their benefits, and that's not right.
Regardless, the welfare system is flawed. Right now, we measure success on how many people successfully sign up as a dependent, rather how many people go from poverty to financial independence. So whatever way you look at it, it's flawed and it needs to change.
Well, something's
and I think the
happen.
executive order is flawed, so we have to look at that as well.
And you have different points of view, and that's why we brought you on together. Susan and Kimberly, we thank you very much.